Greetings everybody. Let's have a look at SA40, which is the South African index, and I'm on the H4 chart, guys. And in regards to this particular chart, we can see that the market had created an inverted head and shoulders pattern at this point, which had a neckline at that level more or less. To add to that, we have an opposing structure, which is an M formation at this level, which similarly also has a neckline at that point, right? And another thing that I see is that we had if I can just do this quickly, this channel over here, and we've had multiple rejections, right, as you guys can see on the channel. And the anticipation, I think, in as far as a lot of traders and investors is concerned, is that the market from where it is likely to push further up, right? That's a possibility, but if I can just zoom in, just also bear in mind that we have, as I said, this M structure over here, right, and the neckline is at this point over here, right? So as much as the anticipation in as far as a lot of traders and investors is concerned is for the market to push further up from where it is, what may actually happen is that because we have this M structure, the market may actually push further down to this level. Why do I say so? Another reason why I say so is because actually, if you look at this candlestick over here, it is a bearish candlestick with a small body and a relatively long lower wick, which tells us that there's a lot of liquidity sitting at that point. And as you guys know by now, liquidity is money that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another, right? So there is plenty of scope for the market to push further down, as much as we also have, as I said, this inverted head and shoulders pattern at that point, which has a neckline at that point, right? However, in as far as buying or selling at this point, I don't see any opportunities. I think the best thing to do at this point in time is to actually wait for the market to close, or rather to break this channel, right, and close below this channel. Once it does so, I believe that the next zone should be at this point, and we should be looking for potential selling opportunities at that point, right? And that is because, as I said, guys, we have this candlestick over here, and it is a liquidity candlestick, right? So should the market also push further down and close below this neckline over here, which is now a very strong level of support, what I would do is wait for the market to head back to the neckline to test it, and at the neckline is where I would look for further selling opportunities. And my next take profit zone should be this level over here. Why do I say this level? That is because if you look closely, we actually have a gap at this point, and as I said, guys, gaps are very much similar to liquidity candlesticks, in the sense that they too are carrying a lot of liquidity, and liquidity represents money that needs to be triggered by the market. So we have a lot of liquidity sitting at this point, and it needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. So as I said, guys, should price close below this level over here, I would wait for it to head back to the neckline to test it, right? Remember, this is the neckline of this inverted head and shoulders pattern that I spoke about, or you could say it's a W formation. It's still the same thing, the same principles apply, right? So as I said, I would wait for the market to close below the neckline, head back to the neckline to test it, and that neckline would then be a very strong resistance area, and at that point I would look for potential selling opportunities, and my take profit would be the zone. And that is because this is an area where the market needs to fill that gap, right? And there's a lot of liquidity sitting at this gap, and this gap represents money that needs to be triggered by the market, right? So that is it, guys, and as far as my analysis goes. And however, before I close, let me just also point out that should the market also head up again to this level, at this level again we should look for potential selling opportunities, although just bear in mind that we would have this level over here, which would be the neckline of this W structure, as you guys can see. Nonetheless, I would look for potential selling opportunities at this point over here, but you would need to practice good money management, because we would have a W structure with a neckline over there, and you guys know that whenever we have W structures, ideally we want to see the market or price closing above the neckline, heading back to the neckline, and at that neckline we expect it to push further up, right? Yeah, so that is it, guys, and as far as my analysis goes, I hope what I've said is not too confusing, and peace out.